Hey guys, and welcome back to Cherry Blossom Corner. Today we're playing more Drops of Death. So last time we went after Nick and the killer was Fawn. And I guess there was literally nothing I could do to stop Fawn. In that situation at least. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go after each of them once and have the killer randomly generated, because I think it's fun that way. I know this game has like so many endings, like over 50 endings. I'm not going to do all the endings, but I'm going to at least romance everyone once. So I don't know who we're going to romance next. We're just going to figure it out. I am going to be skipping anything that we've already read. Okay, but let's go ahead. We're going to do a new game. So we're going to do Pick For Me. And I don't know. Who should we go after? Confirm. I think this is gonna be all the same. So I'm gonna skip anything that I've already seen because that's a lot of reading. Okay, yeah. We're going to... What happened if I fought? I didn't fight last time. Oh. We grappled at the edge of the pool and I realized I'm not strong enough to make them drop the knife. They managed to cut me on my arm, but I persist with the fight. Yet my efforts have knocked them off balance thanks to the advantage of surprise. I push against them with all my strength. The killer loses their balance and falls into the pool with a tremendous splash. I turn and run. There's no sign of the other swimmer. I hope he managed to get away. All I have to do now is reach the lobby. There should be someone there who can help me, at least, if I don't see anyone else along the way. I reach the door and push it open, then run. It's late at night. The place is almost completely empty. Okay, we've already read this. And the third swimmer, there's still a chance for her. That gives me the jolt I need. At the pool, someone they killed? Call for help. He's already reaching for the phone and the sight fills me with so much relief I sag and clutch at the edge of the desk for support. Might be another survivor, not sure, lost track of her. When I hear the sound of someone picking up on the other end. Okay. Okay, so I saved one girl by fighting. Cool.
And you're sure you couldn't see their face?
No.
Okay, tell the truth. What about this man? Do you know him? We've already read that.
Thank you.
Someone tried to kill me.
Hi. No.
No.
Hey.
So, have you been working with Detective Singh for a long time? Yep, ever since I started here. What kind of person is he? He's a hard worker, but keeps himself a lot. I don't think he has many friends. Ouch, harsh. Even though I asked about Singh, I didn't expect her to say something as blunt as that. He's one of the youngest members of the homicide department, so maybe that drives him to work harder too. That makes sense, trying to prove himself. You hardly ever seem cracked a smile too. However, I am determined that I will see him give in and laugh at my jokes one of these days. Why does that give me the mental image of her following him around the station making bad puns while he tries to pretend he's alone? I give myself a shake. I'd better get to class. Thanks, Fawn. It was nice meeting you. Thanks. See you around the station sometime and check out my blog if it catches your interest. I'll keep that in mind. Considering I actually grappled with the killer alongside the pool, you think I would have noticed something, yet it's all a blur in my mind. We were so close, but I can barely remember anything besides the adrenaline I felt in that moment. A pang of regret runs through me when I think about the swimmer who ran away while I fought the killer. According to the police, she was caught and killed like the others. Oh man. Lost in thought, the sound of the interrogation room door opening makes me jump.
Have a good day.
If you think of anything that might be useful, no matter how innocuous it seems, please call. I will. I straighten up as the girl called Natasha returns to the lobby. Seems like her interrogation was a lot shorter than mine. Our gazes meet and I freeze. Have I seen all
Hey
this?
there.
Here for
Looks
questions.
like we have something. No.
Okay, let's save. Just in case. That's just as dangerous. BBC.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna try to go after Edwin this time.
Yeah. Huh? What? Thank you. Oh. Hello?
Are there any new leads?
No, thank you.
When the phone rings again, it doesn't startle me quite as much. There's no number displayed, but sometimes that happens. It's probably Edwin feeling paranoid again. I answer the phone. Hello? Adrian? The voice on the other end is garbled, as though it's being distorted in some way. I freeze. Remember, dead men tell no tales. The line goes dead. That's new. I stand there for a long moment holding the phone before I finally set it down. I sink slowly onto the couch. Suddenly, our earlier paranoia doesn't seem at all unfounded. Okay, that's definitely new. Yeah, it's probably going to be a lot quicker since I'm skipping a lot of it. I keep hearing that message from the phone call over and over again. Dead men tell no tales. Dead men tell no tales. Dead men tell no tales. The meaning is obvious enough. Don't talk or I'll be the one to die next. Or more ominously, the killer will silence me to ensure I can't talk. But if they're going to kill me no matter what, there would be no reason to send me a warning message, right? But I don't know anything. I can't be a threat to the killer when I didn't see anything in the first place. That thought isn't as comforting as it should be. From time to time, Edwin glances over at me in concern. I tap my pencil against my desk and try to silently run through the presentation I'll be giving soon enough. Dead men tell no tales. My stomach lurches and I force myself to my feet. I'm not feeling well, excuse me. I hurry out of the classroom. As long as I see her in the classroom, I'll be fine. I close my eyes and try to calm down. The world slowly stabilizes me. Maybe it's a good thing I'm seeing Kim tonight. Footsteps make me open my eyes. Natasha is walking down the hall, her books clutched close to her chest.
Hey! Thank you.
Answer.
Hello?
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 Hello, Adrian. This is Detective Singh. Yes, I recognize the number. Have you made progress in the case? That's what I'm hoping you'll tell me.
Huh?
What?
Listen to me carefully.
I'd like you to look up the lineup. Okay. I open my mouth to say I'm just not feeling well, but then I hesitate. Last night I finished talking to him before the threatening call came. I haven't had a chance to report it to anyone. Tell him.
No.
After I finished talking to you on the phone this night, I got another phone call. There was no number displayed and the voice was strange, garbled, like the person was using a voice changer or something. Thing is instantly alert, his gaze fixed on me. I think it might have been the killer, either that or someone trying to give me a scare. What did they say? I recount the message as well as I can and Singh narrows his eyes. Sounds like a warning. You should be careful. I know.
Listen to me.
And if the killer's willing to contact you, that suggests they're highly confident they won't be caught. I'll see what we can do about tracing the call, but they probably wouldn't have risked it if there was a chance of that. Shiver. Could you tell anything at all about the caller? Anything about their voice that might help us?
No.
No, nothing. Like I said, it sounded like they were disguising their voice. He nods and rubs his chin. Anyway, it's been playing on my mind all day. I nearly passed out during class. I can almost hear that warning again right now. You think eating something would help? Some crackers, perhaps, or a soda? I'd prefer you to be foil or... Mom blogs about true crime stories, right? I haven't checked out her site yet, but maybe she'll have some insight to offer about the threatening phone call. Actually, something strange happened to me last night. I got a phone call, but there was no number displayed, and the person's voice sounded garbled, like they were using a voice changer or something.
Interesting.
Oh, this sounds like my area. Was it a threat? I think so. It was at least someone who wanted to scare me. I recount the message as well as I can, and while Fawn scribbles notes on a small notepad. Yep, that has all the signs of a warning message from the killer. The average person doesn't know the name of the witness, so it's unlikely to be a prank.
Oh.
Right, I hadn't thought about that. Great. But can the call be traced or something? She chews on the end of her pencil. Not necessarily. If the killer is smart, they would have used a method that's tough to trace, but like buying a disposable phone and throwing it away after making a call. Oh. It's still theoretically possible, but I wouldn't be surprised if they put as much distance between the call and their identity as possible. Judging by how carefully the killer hid their identity during the crime, they wouldn't do anything that would put them at risk. It just gets worse and worse. No wonder I'm feeling sick. Sympathy fills Fawn's face.
Sorry.
I'm sorry to hear that. I know this must be rough. Yeah, Detective Singh went to get me some crackers, though, so maybe that'll help. I've already seen this.
You'll be the first to know.
I'll ride home with Sing again.
Great.
Started.
Are you okay?
I remember that ominous phone call with a shudder. Logically speaking, a message not so subtly warning me not to tell anyone anything is probably the sort of thing I shouldn't share, but at the same time, tell him. Something else happened. I make sure to keep my voice quiet enough not to be overheard. Last night, I got a strange phone call. The voice was all garbled, so I couldn't make out who it was, but it sounded like they were warning me not to tell anyone anything. I laughed without humor. Not that I know anything to tell. Wait, you mean you got a call from the you-know-what? Either that or a prankster with the worst possible timing. This proves the guy's still after you. I'm not so sure you should be here after all. His voice is rising with each word, so I wave my hands to shush him.
Seriously?
Keep it quiet. I don't want everyone to know about this. I'm trying to take my mind off of things, okay?
I'm sorry.
Okay. If you really want to help, act like things are normal. Worrying about this all the time is going to drive me up a wall.
Want to hear a funny story?
Thank you. Hey.
Let's tell everyone about the threatening phone call. I stand up and follow Natasha to the door. Mind if I talk to you for a minute before you leave? She shrugs. Fine with me. Once we're outside of the lounge, Natasha fixes me with an inquisitive look. What's this about? Has anything strange happened? No. The confusion in her voice sounds genuine. Last night, I got a threatening phone call. It sounded like someone warning me not to talk about the crime. So the first thing you do is tell me? Well, no, I rubbed the back of my neck with a sheepish laugh. I thought I should mention it in case something like that happens to you. It hasn't, and I hope it doesn't. She rubs her arms. I'll be happy when this whole mess is over with. Yeah. Feeling more awkward than ever, I clear my throat. Sorry if I made you feel uncomfortable. No, I get it. You wanted someone to talk to. Someone who understands. I've been looking for that myself. She sighs and then shakes her head. Sorry, I really should be going. I watch her walk alone down the hall, anxiety twisting in my stomach, and then I return to the lounge. EDWIN backpedals from the door as soon as I enter. Eavesdropper. I don't remember what happened, but let's call EDWIN. I dial EDWIN's number as fast as I can. He answers after the second ring.
Are you okay?
Adrian, what's wrong? I think someone broke into my apartment while I was gone. Oh, right, it's this.
Wait, what?
On the other end, I hear the screech of tires.
Huh?
Hold on, are you driving right now?
Yeah.
I've got you on speaker. Sorry, I should have realized you weren't home yet. I just panicked and needed to talk to someone. It's fine, I can be back in about 5 minutes. Wait, Edwin is coming here? Then again, I should have expected this.
No.
Don't worry about it, I'll be fine. I just need to figure out what to do. You should change the lock on your door for one thing. Right, good thinking. Are you sure you don't want me to come by? I'm sure, I'm already feeling better.
Be careful.
Okay, if you're sure, just give me a call if you change your mind. Be careful. I will, thanks. Fortunately, the building manager is agreeable to my request to change the lock.
Sorry
Okay.
about that. I
How was your
just
day?
getting the lock changed.
Nerve-wracking.
So, what's going on?
We've done this before.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, we're actually getting through this pretty quick when I'm not reading everything that I've already read. Okay, let's, I guess, save again. Been over 24 hours and they still haven't found the culprit. Oh, the officers take him. Go on.
No. Yeah.
Stay and wait here. I'm gonna wait for Edwin.
Oh.
He's my friend.
Hey there.
Oh, good, you're still here. I think I've had the breakthrough you were looking for. I think we've already seen this. Oh, yeah. Stay here and wait for Edwin.
No.
Sorry, but I need to wait for
Sure
Edwin.
thing.
Oh, of course. She lifts her hands with an apologetic expression.
Sorry.
I didn't mean to suggest you should just ditch your friend. Right, I'll see if they're done questioning him yet. My stomach growls. Lunch with Edwin feels like it was a long time ago and I didn't even have a chance to finish all of it. Just as I'm starting to wonder if I'll have to leave alone after all, Singing and Edwin emerged from the interrogation room together. Edwin looks like he survived the war. I've never seen such a hollow expression on his face before. Edwin,
Have a good day.
we'll get in touch if we have more questions. He looks miserable. I can't imagine what they said to him. Interrogation of suspects might be rougher than the sort of questioning I went through. Edwin,
Thanks.
thanks for waiting for me. Don't mention it. Come on, let's get out of here. I think it's my turn to treat you to some food. At the restaurant, we sit down together. Fortunately, it isn't too crowded today. Edwin leans back in his seat with a groan and rubs his head. Should I ask him what they questioned him about? I hesitate but decide to wait until after we've ordered. I grab the menu and scan it. Even though it's been a while since lunch, I find I'm not too hungry. Maybe I'll just order something small and hope it carries me through the night. Question in a murder case. Now there's something I never thought I could say happened to me. I look up from the menu, but he avoids my gaze. Not even questioned as a witness, but as a suspect. There's one to write home about, huh? What a day. What did they ask you about? What didn't they ask me about? They asked me about the night of the attack, about my fraternity, about you, anything and everything. Sometimes they asked me the same question again, or asked it in a slightly different way, probably trying to see if I'd slip up. But everything went fine, didn't it?
I don't know.
They said you could leave, so it can't be that bad. Sure, they let me leave, but only because they don't have any solid evidence against me. I answered all their questions as best I could, but I couldn't shake the feeling that I'm one of their prime suspects. Maybe even the prime suspect. His words send a chill through me. There's nothing to worry about. How can you say that? Impulsively, I reach across the table and clasp his hand. Because I know you didn't do it. You're innocent, and the police will see that too. His fingers close around mine, and he squeezes my hand in return with a hesitant smile.
Thanks.
Thank you. The police don't always get the right guy, though. I hope this isn't one of those cases.
Huh?
How could it be? It feels like a series of horrible coincidences lined up against me. The killer had to use the same sort of knife my fraternity gives out. The sole survivor had to be my friend, and it just had to be on a night when my alibi is shaky.
What are you talking about?
Your alibi is shaky? This is the first I'm hearing about it. Then again, I guess asking my friends what they were doing the night I was running for my life wasn't exactly high on my list of priorities. We were having a party at the frat house that night, but I left partway through and went to my room. So people can say I was there, but not at the exact time of the murder. and presumably no one can confirm he went to his room. Of course, the police are skeptical. Of an alibi like that. While I'm still searching for something to say, the waitress comes and takes our orders. I order nachos and cheese as a small snack, and Edwin orders the same, much to my surprise. Either he's not paying much attention, or the questioning left him without much of an appetite. Once the waitress leaves, he looks at me again. Did the detective ask you about me? Well, yes. Hoping to corroborate my story, I guess, or the opposite. I told him we're classmates, and I don't know any of your fraternity brothers, and he's your classmate, right? Yes. Just a classmate, or... And just a couple other details he was curious about. I told him I'd never heard of that knife before today. Of course you hadn't. It's a secret since the fraternity isn't technically allowed to give members something like that. I bet they never thought it'd come up at a time like this.
Seriously?
They really give inductees a knife with a serrated blade? It's more of a commemorative thing than anything else. I mean, no one takes it expecting to actually fight with it. It's a pocket knife, so it's pretty small. Picture a decorative Swiss Army knife, but a bit fancier than the usual kind, with some rivets in the blade. It certainly wouldn't be my choice in a fight, but I guess if you struck first, then the world around me constricts. I see the killer stabbing the knife forward toward an innocent victim, the spray of blood. My vision tunnels, and I'm only distantly aware of a voice. Adrian? Adrian! A warm hand on my shoulder snaps me out of it. I blink at Edwin, stretched halfway across the table toward me. He squeezes my shoulder and looks into my eyes.
Sorry.
Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking, talking like that. You don't want to hear details about that. I just got carried away. I forgot for a moment that you saw it, that you... He shakes his head. I'm really sorry.
Thank you.
It's all right. I manage to smile and he slowly settles back into his seat. Concern fills his gaze, though, and I inwardly chide myself. We came here so I could console him after his ordeal, and instead he ended up consoling me. Keep it together, Adrian. So, where's your knife now? In my room at the frat house, probably. I'm sure the police want to confiscate it to compare it to the wounds and all that. Then again, any of our knives would do. I'll probably investigate everyone in the fraternity. I wonder how long it'll be before they realize the killer could be anyone. They haven't narrowed down the search at all.
Huh?
What do you mean? You know there was another victim besides the swimmers, right? I swallow hard. Yes, the guy in the locker room. I knew that guy. Chuck something. He used to be a member of the fraternity. What? He was kicked out about a year ago after being caught with drugs. Of course, he was supposed to return anything he got from the fraternity, but it's hard to enforce that. You mean he had one of those knives? It's possible. So you think the killer took the knife from him? Chuck was a dangerous guy. It might seem hard to believe he just happened to have the knife with him, but I could see him putting it in his gym bag to take with him. I'm just saying the fact that someone who could have owned one of those knives is already known to have been at the crime scene makes the knife a lot less crucial than they're acting like it is. It's not like those are the only serrated blades out there either. It could just be a coincidence.
I can't believe this.
Did you tell that to the police? They said they were already looking into it. This changes so much. When I learned about the knife, I thought that meant the police were close to finding the culprit. Now I'm not so sure. But wait a minute, if the killer took Chuck's knife, then why did they come to the pool in the first place? I mean, the killer intentionally came after the swimmers. That part feels like it must have been premeditated. But you don't go out of the way to kill someone hoping to find a weapon along the way. Why didn't the killer bring their own weapon? Edwin is silent for a few minutes, brow furrowed.
I don't know.
You're right, it seems ridiculous to get into a fight hoping someone has a weapon you can steal. Although we don't know for sure it was premeditated, do we? What if whatever happened between the killer and Chuck gave them the idea to kill the swimmers? Oh. Whoa.
Huh?
I didn't mean I scrolled back. That was weird. What do you mean? Suppose someone comes to the locker room and gets into a fight with Chuck. Things get heated and Chuck draws a knife. They struggle and the other person gets the knife and kills him. Then they panic thinking whoever was at the pool might be able to identify them, so they kill everyone there too. Edwin's theoretical outlining of the situation makes sense, but it's still just theoretical. We're throwing darts at a board and hoping we hit the killer's motivations. I'm sure the police will search Chuck's apartment to try to locate his knife. If they can't find it, that'll be a big point of evidence toward this theory.
Yeah.
Maybe we are getting closer to the truth, little by little. It's like we're assembling a massive puzzle. Not all the pieces fit into place yet, and it feels like we aren't getting anywhere. But just having those pieces at all takes us the tiniest bit closer to seeing the big picture. Our food arrives, and it's with some relief that I'm able to focus on something other than the crime. Edwin furrows his brow at the has nachos like he didn't realize what he'd ordered. Or one for not paying attention then. You know, when I said I'd treat you to dinner, I didn't expect you to skim. He laughs. And I'll be sure to order seconds. Let me guess, you'll pick the most expensive thing on the menu? Correction, I'll pick the most delicious thing on the menu. Any price correlation will be mere coincidence. I shake my head and eat one of my chips. For the moment, it feels like things are normal again. Maybe they can stay this way. So, how are you feeling about the Winter Festival?
Huh?
Winter Festival? Don't tell me you forgot already, you know, on campus this Friday. Oh, I shake my head. Sorry, with everything that's been happening, I guess that sort of fell through the cracks. My offer to take you still stands. It's been a while since I went to any sort of event on campus, to be honest, anything besides classes. And there's good reason for me to avoid those events nowadays. Edwin gives an awkward nod in response. I can tell from the way he suddenly avoids my gaze that he doesn't want this conversation to veer back onto the topic of murders. Let's see, aside from parties, I think the last campus event I went to was a business presentation for extra credit. It was interesting enough, but not the sort of thing I'd attend on my own. Oh wait, I went to a pitch competition a few weeks ago too. You had 2 minutes to pitch a business idea in front of judges. The best pitch won a prize. Sounds interesting. I'll have to watch out for them. Good, because Dr. Rhodes requires it for his class. I don't know if there are any more lined up for this semester, but there should be a couple next year at least. Suddenly I'm suspicious of whether you actually found it interesting or if you're just trying to put a good face on things. Hey, at least it's better than those capstone courses that require you to do your own case study. I've heard of one that requires majors to get into groups and form a business together. My last roommate was a computer science major. For their capstone course, they had to make a usable piece of software. Scary stuff, at least we're almost done. And speaking of which, I'm just about done with these nachos too. What about you, ready to leave? Weren't you gonna get seconds, order the most delicious thing on the menu and take advantage of my kindness? Yeah, but I think that's just toward the window. I think I'll take a rain check on that. Follow his gaze. It's darker out than I expected. While we were idling away in conversation, it got late. My stomach flips. Chatting with Edwin about classes was so normal, so routine that I almost forgot my situation. There's a killer out there somewhere.
How about it?
If you want, we can walk back to campus to get my car and I'll drive you to your apartment. But if you'd rather call a cab or something, I understand. I'll walk with you.
Great.
He reaches for the checks, but I snatch them away from him. My treat, remember, even with the rain check. The night air is cool but not freezing yet, still I'm glad to have a coat. We aren't the only ones walking down the sidewalk, fortunately. People are entering and leaving restaurants, entering shops or going window shopping, and more. A couple passes us with a barking poodle that strains to run to us, and I can't help but smile. Then we reach an empty stretch of sidewalk. No one is around us, and it suddenly feels colder. Hey, do you remember what shop used to be in here?
Huh?
What? Oh, some sort of boutique, I think. I never shopped
Yeah.
there. Same. The buildings around us become houses and apartments as we walk toward campus. Most of the windows are dark and quiet. Cars pass by, but as the sidewalk veers away from the road, they grow distant. The longer we walk, the harder it becomes to avoid areas that aren't well lit. Edwin knows these streets better than I do, so he's probably chosen the fastest path. It makes me nervous nonetheless. I can't help but move a little closer to him. That's when I notice someone behind us. At first, I think nothing of it. We've passed plenty of people on the road. They just happen to be going in the same direction. But they keep following us. Are they heading to campus too? Maybe they're going to meet a friend, or they left their car on campus and need to drive home just like us. Or maybe there's a party on campus tonight. Edwin walks faster, so do I. We turn a corner and the other person follows. Edwin? I know. The lights here are too far apart for good lighting. As we cross into a dark area, Edwin grabs my arm and breaks into a sprint. The person behind us starts sprinting as well. I reach for my phone, but don't pull it out for fear of dropping it. The shadows around us seem all-consuming, even though the next light is only a few yards away. Right now, it feels like miles. That terrible night flashes through my mind, running, scared to look back, fearing that one misstep, Edwin yanks my arm and pulls me left into another alleyway. The footsteps behind us only become louder as our pursuer follows us into this tight space. I can't stand it anymore. I whip my head around to try to see our pursuer, but it's futile. In the darkness, all I can make out is a figure dressed in black. This way. Edwin pulls me out of the alley and we find ourselves on campus near the history building. Walking out front is a small group of people. Are we safe? No, the killer wouldn't give up that easily. How far is the parking lot from here?
No.
Too far. He glances around, then nods towards the building on our right. We run to the side door, which fortunately isn't locked. Do you have a plan? We're taking a shortcut.
Oh.
I'm not sure an empty building is much better than the alley. Keep your voice down. The floorboards creak with every step, but at the end of the hall, a door opens onto a carpeted room. It appears to be a sort of lobby area with several other doors leading to other rooms and halls. Edwin picks one at random and we cut through a classroom. From there, we head down one more hall and we reach a door leading to outside. If we're still being followed, I hope this is enough to lose them. Outside, we continue at a brisk pace. The wind picks up, but I don't hear any sign of pursuit. Soon we reach an area with more people. Edwin heads toward a line of fraternity houses. As we near them, he slows down. The road curves and his house appears around the corner. It's one of the older buildings on campus and has retained its original style despite having been renovated a couple years back. It sure looks fancy. I wonder what his fees are like. Wait, why am I thinking about things like that when something about his fraternity has become much important to me recently? Is there a reason we're here? I need to get something from my room. Also, I was thinking, considering what just happened, it might be safer if you stay here for the night instead of making the trip home. Here.
Seriously?
In a giant house full of suspects in my case? I'll sneak you in. No one will know you're here, and it's the last place they'd expect you to hide out, right? That makes a warp sort of sense. More importantly, he's asking if I want to stay over at his place, alone? I can still drop you off at your apartment if you'd rather. Just grab what you need and I'll think about it on the way. Okay. Despite my misgivings, the inside has an undeniably cozy feel. It's warm with a design that feels somehow old-timey with a winding staircase that greets us in the foyer. Several hallways and community areas spread out beyond it, with a big group of students sitting off to our right, drinking and playing cards. It's nice here, a lot nicer than my apartment. Edwin hustles me up the staircase before I can look around. So when he said sneak, he meant hurry up the stairs as fast as possible and hope no one sees me, huh? On the second floor, he walks up to a door and fiddles with his keys. Actual keys, not electronic ones like my apartment uses or like I've seen for the dorms on campus. This must be one of the things they didn't update in the renovations. Footsteps down the hallway make me glance over my shoulder in alarm, but Edwin gets the door open and pulls me inside. Whew. For the record, that wasn't sneaking. He groans and runs a hand over his face. It's not like I've done this sort of thing before. I figured I'd do what I've just seen other guys do when they want to sneak in a girl. With each subsequent word, he falters more and more until he finally looks away, his cheeks flushed. If you saw them, it sounds like that wasn't the best example of how to sneak either. Never mind. Fortunately, even if anyone saw us, that's probably what they'll assume you were doing, sneaking someone in to spend the night. Which you are, actually. Just let it go. Amused by how flustered he is, I decide to relent in my teasing. Edwin clears his throat. Anyway, here we are. What do you think? Pretty nice place you've got. Lucky getting a room all to himself. Regretting not pledging to somewhere now?
No.
Nope, I've seen some of the videos from the parties here. Come on, they're not all like that. Anyway, if you want to spend the night here, you can have my bed and I'll sleep on the couch. Or I can sleep in my bed while you sleep on the couch, whichever. Didn't we come here because you needed something? Oh. While you get whatever it is, I'm gonna call the police.
Huh?
What for? Not on you, you idiot.
Seriously?
Did you already forget that someone chased us here? They're probably long gone by now. All the same, it needs to be
I
reported.
don't know.
I guess so. I take a seat on his bed and get out my phone. While I dial, he heads to his closet and begins digging through his stuff. Thing isn't in at the moment, so I leave a message explaining the rough details of what happened. By the time I finish, Edwin is also done. He watches me from the closet door until I put my phone away, then sits down beside me on the bed. It's two friends sitting together on a bed. Nothing weird here, nothing to be embarrassed about. I'll get straight to the point. I don't want to have to keep worrying about you.
Thank you.
That's fine. I have enough worry for both of us. More seriously, there's not really anything you can do about it, unless you're going to suggest something crazy like investigating the case ourselves because you think we can do a better job than the police.
No.
Don't be ridiculous. That would be way too dangerous. Then what exactly were you thinking? This. This is what I came here to get. He pulls something out from his jacket pocket. It's a knife. A knife with a gorgeous decorative handle. The knife seeing in the police questioned him about. Your knife? I usually keep it in a box, so it's not like I'll miss it. I'm not sure I've had it out at all since I pledged here.
Be careful.
For now, I want you to have it. It's not the best knife for self-defense, but it's all I have. Didn't you give this to the police? Why? It's not the murder weapon. But if you give it to them, maybe they can prove it's not the murder weapon and clear your name faster. More like they'll ask me even more questions. Besides, I'd feel much better if you had it, unless there's some other weapon you can get.
No.
I don't think so. Please, it's not nearly as much as I wish I could do to protect you, but alright, if it'll make you feel better, I'll take it. I hold out my hand and he presses the handle into it. The knife is light, but the grooves on the handle make it slightly easier to grip. I flick the blade out. One edge is jagged, the serrated blade that caused all this fuss over it. It's not even 4 inches long. In my memory, it seems so much bigger. This is definitely the same kind of knife, though. I can see it now. A shudder rips through me. Something this small killed 4 people. Edwin places his arm on the bed beside me and leans closer. I'm sure this will all be over soon, but until then, I want you to have some kind of protection for when you're alone. Just when I'm alone? Well, when you're with me, I can protect you. Remind me again, who has me hiding out in a building full of suspects? Being here with me is safer than being home alone, isn't it? Even with a patrol car outside my apartment? Speaking of which, I hope it doesn't cause a problem when I don't show up tonight. I mentioned in my report that I'll be spending the night at a friend's place, so hopefully that message will get passed along to the right people. The last thing I need is to get home and learn I'm considered a missing person. I clear my throat. Anyway, I'm only staying for one night. Things are safe enough at my apartment that I should be fine there. Why are you so calm about this? Would you prefer I freak out? Well, it's not like I want you to be upset, but that'd be a normal reaction, wouldn't it? Your nonchalance makes me worry you aren't taking this seriously. Didn't it ever occur to you that I'm trying not to panic? I know, it's just, I want you to know that I'm here for you. You can talk to me, even when you're feeling down, especially that I'm back. I want to be someone you can rely on.
Thank you.
He shakes his head with a rueful laugh. You thank me, but that doesn't mean you'll listen. Despite his words, his expression is soft. He leans a little closer still. He's close enough now that a hint of his cologne reaches me, a subtle scent with a hint of spice. I can't remember ever smelling it before, so it must be new. Or maybe we've just never been this close before. Embarrassed, I clear my throat. So you're gonna protect me without your knife? I never used it anyway. Somehow, I never had you figured for fisticuffs. He
I'll
snorts.
protect you no matter what.
I don't need to beat up the killer. I just need to protect you long enough for you to run to safety. And by safety, don't tell me you mean... The ghost of a smile dances over his lips. My room is always a good option. Right back to hiding in a building full of suspects, huh? Fine, then I'll learn how to fight. I'll do whatever it takes to protect you. The seriousness in his voice takes me aback. You're really worried, aren't you? Of course I am. Adrian, do you remember when we first met? Huh? Let me see. That would have been an intro to... Wait, no, it was at orientation, wasn't it? Yep. You lost your schedule, so we ended up sharing.
Hey!
Hey now, get the record straight. I didn't lose anything. I dropped it in a puddle on my way inside. Why it had rained so much on our orientation day, I'll never know. I know, right? We shared an umbrella after that, too. Not that it helped much. My umbrella was only designed for one person, so it could only keep each of us half dry. We were both soaked by the time we got across campus to the dining hall. A smile tugs at my lips. The weather was miserable, but I had fun. I was nervous about coming here, you know. Wait, you were? You? I find it hard to imagine Edwin being nervous about something like that. He seems to get along with everyone, enough to even join a fraternity. Yet he nods with a slight laugh. You don't know how much of a relief it was to make a friend that first day. I had no idea. We've been through so much since then. I I've spent more time with you than just about anyone else on campus. I suppose we've had our share of adventures.
There's no one else like you, Adrian. You're irreplaceable. I don't want you to be alone. Not even once this is over. I want to be there for you. Always.
In what way does he mean that? His voice carries hints of something more than a friendship. My heart skips a beat.
Edwin, do you...
I hesitate. I can't ask like this, not tonight. Not when I'm spending the night in his room. Asking about his feelings now would make things more awkward than they already are, no matter what his answer is.
What?
I need to ask something else. New cologne, huh? Am I wrong? It didn't seem to feel familiar to me, so I thought, no, you're right. I picked it out just yesterday. I had no idea you'd notice. I didn't realize you were even paying attention. I didn't think... He must realize he's babbling because he falls silent with an awkward laugh. Looks like I diverted the topic well enough. Anyway, I guess we should get some sleep. Right. So, I can lend you some pajamas if you want. You can change in the bathroom. Are we even the same size? Or just one night, does it matter? Fair enough. Edwin opens the drawer and tosses me a set of flannel pajamas decorated with Christmas trees. I raise my eyebrows in surprise at the style, but take them into the bathroom and get changed. As I worried, we aren't the same size. But he's right, it's just for one night. When I leave the bathroom, Edwin is already laying on the couch with a pillow and blankets. Decided to take the couch, huh? Since you're my guest, it's only fair you get the bed.
Thank you.
Thanks. Good night, Edwin. Good night,
See you
Adrian.
tomorrow.
Don't worry about a thing. Okay, so someone else was definitely chasing us.
Damn it.
Excuse me? His voice is what wakes me. Edwin? Why am I hearing Edwin's voice? The memories of last night rush back to me, and I open my eyes to a dimly lit room. I hear shuffling and the sound of window blinds closing, and what little sunlight there was fades. Edwin groans, footsteps pad towards the bed. Should I get up? This is so awkward. Pretend to be asleep. This is too embarrassing. I close my eyes and pretend to be asleep. Edwin's footsteps stop and then head in the other direction again. I can hear him rummaging around. And his footsteps return. And they go back. Is he pacing or... A warm hand touches my shoulder and gives me a light shake. Adrian. Or trying to decide if he should wake me up? With a sigh, I give up the pretense and sit up. What's wrong? The police are out front.
Huh?
What? They must be here for the investigation. I assume they want to search the premises in addition to questioning everyone. Ugh, I don't want them to know I snuck you in. Something tells me Singh wouldn't be too thrilled with the knowledge that this is what I meant when I said I was staying with a friend either. We don't need to draw more attention to Edwin's involvement in this case. What are we gonna do? Think we can get out without them noticing? Worth a try. I run into the bathroom and change back into my clothes from the day before and making myself as presentable as possible. And I gather my things together, including Edwin's knife. Ugh, something tells me this could go very badly. Edwin sneaks me through the hallway and down a side stairwell instead of the main staircase we used last night. Back here, the paint has started to chip and every step causes the floor to creak. It seems the renovations haven't reached every part of the building.
Be careful.
Alright, just act natural. Act natural? There's no way they'll mistake me for a fraternity member, no matter how natural I'm acting. Then act like you're my partner or something. If you keep blushing like that, you'll draw more attention than I ever could. Shut up. This way. Edwin adjusts his jacket and walks casually to the back entrance. He opens the door into a small parking lot. A small parking lot with a squad car just a few yards from the door. Got any other ideas? There might not be anyone inside. Let's just calmly walk past.
Seriously?
What?
Seriously? If there is someone inside, retreating now would be the most suspicious thing we could do. Good point. With Edwin keeping himself between me and the parking lot, we step outside and head down the sidewalk. It's cold, but at least the sun is out. Between the bright sunlight and Squad's car-tinted windows, it's impossible to tell if anyone's inside. Then there are the building's doors, where more police can step out from any moment. I keep my gait casual and try to walk as though there's no reason for me to not be here. Come to think of it, is this really a good idea? Even though overnight guests aren't allowed according to the rules, avoiding the police makes us seem more suspicious than we should be. I glance at Edwin and decide not to mention it. He's been acting nervous ever since we snuck into the fraternity last night, taking care to make sure no one knew I was there. Suggesting we reveal it now might give him a heart attack. Plus, it's more convenient for all of us if no one knows about this. We continue down the sidewalk away from the fraternity, although not in the direction I would have chosen to head to class from here. You do know where we're going, right?
Yeah.
Of course. Care to fill me in? This is the fastest way there. Are you sure? Trust me, one of the first things I did when I joined help us participate in the campus-wide team scavenger hunt. When we had to look through every part of the campus, from the side rows to the secret bathroom rooftop access. Taught me so many shortcuts I can get around campus faster than anyone I know, except the others who are on my team, of course.
What are you talking about?
Hold up, back up. Secret bathroom rooftop access? Have you ever been in the philosophy building? The women's bathroom on the top floor has a window where you can climb out onto the roof. Yes, there was a scavenger hunt item there. This gets wilder by the minute. I can show you some night if you want. Strangest idea I've ever heard, but you can't beat the view. While I try to recover from the mental image of a bunch of frat guys sneaking into the women's bathroom to climb onto the roof, are there any other campus secrets I should know about? Nah, well, there's the catacombs, but the what now? You didn't know we have our own catacombs? They're mostly closed off, but there's a section you can still get into. I take back what I said before. This is the strangest date idea I've ever heard. He elbows me. One of those ghost hunting groups even came out here once to investigate because of all the stories about people seeing stuff in the catacombs. I'm surprised you never heard about it. I probably heard ghost hunting group and stopped paying attention. You don't believe in ghosts? Don't tell me they actually found something.
No.
Well, no, they gave a presentation, but it was just about how they didn't find anything. Why do you give a presentation on not finding anything? Don't ask me, but they got 2 hours out of it. If they can get a 2-hour presentation out of nothing, maybe I should talk to them. That's the kind of technique. That kind of technique could come in handy for classes. Only if it's about ghosts. Our banter distracts me from what we're doing, and soon the side road connects to a larger road, and I finally recognize this part of campus. Other students walk past us on their way to class. It really was a shortcut. You were doubting me, weren't you? Me? Never. With the danger of discovery well past us, my stomach growls and the reminder that I haven't eaten anything since those nachos last night. I don't have enough time to eat before class, though. Our cautious departure left us closer on time than I expected. What class are you headed to? The buyer's journey. It's a real thrill, I tell you. He snorts and shakes his head. That's over in Willard, right? I'll walk you there.
Huh?
What? Isn't your first class on the other end of campus? It's no problem. I'll feel better knowing you reach your classroom safely. I mean, I don't want to make him late, but we did get chased by a killer the other night, so that would be great. We set off together across campus toward my building. The sidewalks are busier now that it's closer to class time. Chatter all around us eases the tension I've felt since last night. Edwin stays close to me, glancing around from time to time, but we reach my building without incident.
I'll protect you no matter what.
Well, have a good day. If you need anything, just contact me. All right. He's being a bit overprotective, but it doesn't feel too terrible to have someone worrying about me, especially when I have a murderer potentially on my trail. I shake off that thought and head inside. It's a long, painful day of classes. When my last class of the afternoon finally ends, I rub my forehead. My notes are a haphazard mess. I must have checked my phone about once every 5 minutes. My grades are gonna plummet at the rate we're going. Could they catch this killer already so I don't fail? It's a silly thought to have, but I can't pay attention very well with everything on my mind. At least classes are over now, so I can head home. I gather up my things and head for the door, but as I do, my resolve wavers. I wonder, would Natasha be at the campus pool right now? It's a long shot. I don't know where her schedule is or when a swimmer like her would be expected to practice. I don't even know for sure that the campus pool is the one she'd used instead of the crime scene. And for that matter, I have no reason to seek her out except the story I have is still missing pieces and I'm anxious to bring this to an end. Let's check the pool. It couldn't hurt to at least try. To be honest, I'm not thrilled with the idea of visiting a pool on my own again, even if it's a different one. At least it is an evening this time. If she's there, I'll just ask her a few questions. Friendly chat, no big deal. A little nervous, I head up to the athletic building where the Olympic-sized swimming pool is. I've rarely been in here, but the smell of chlorine serves as a guide as much as the giant pool sign does. I step inside and my heart hammers. A few students are around, but not many. Sweat rolls down the back of my neck from more than just the heated air. I sway, suddenly feeling sick. You alright? The sound of her voice makes me nearly jump out of my skin. It's you. The moment the words leave my lips, I flush hotter despite the heat. That was among the stupidest things I could have led with. We stare at each other for a moment. She raises her eyebrows slightly and I feel the heat rising to my cheeks. Somehow I've made this more awkward than it needs to be. I clear my throat. Were you practicing today?
Yeah.
Yeah, my coach got me into the campus pool for some practice. That's great. You don't look like you're here to swim. No, I was looking for you actually. Why? I wanted to ask you something. She sighs. You're not playing detective, are you? No. Now that we're actually facing each other, I don't know what to say. I'm sure the police have questioned her about everything. We aren't close enough for me to press details about the victims. How are you holding up? She swallows hard and grips the straps of her bag. As well as I can be, I guess. Hanging on. Is that all you wanted to know? I don't know. I laughed with an apologetic shrug. I had this crazy idea in my mind that if I talked to you, maybe I'd have some great insight into the case, but then when I actually saw you, I wondered if anyone had asked how you're doing. One of my friends is the suspect in the case too. They put him through the ringer yesterday. It can't be any easier for you, probably worse even. So even though we don't know each other too well, if you ever want to talk to someone about it, I'd be happy to listen. She visibly swallows.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
No offense, but I'm not sure I can confide in a near stranger. I understand. I appreciate the offer though, it's more than most people have done. I gave her a weak smile as she heads past me down the hallway. This case must be rough on her. She knew some of the victims. Even if they weren't close anymore, it must be hard to take. Not exactly the golden insight to the case I was hoping for, but I hope at least I made Natasha feel less alone. What a day. I can't believe I spent the night at Edwin's frat house. If you told me that would happen, I'd said you were crazy. I send over a quick text to Edwin to let him know I'm home. I can just imagine him overthinking things otherwise and getting himself all worked up again. I pull out the knife Edwin gave me. Oh, the hilt fits into my hand with ease. It's tiny, really, and one just like it almost killed me. Despite its beautiful design, it looks dusty, like it hasn't been outside of his closet in ages, which hopefully it hasn't. I run my finger over the decorations on the side and then set the knife back down. I don't know what to think about Edwin's behavior. It's nice to know someone cares about me and wants to keep me safe, but his way of going about it can be smothering at times. Now that I'm safely in my own apartment, it feels insane that I let him give me a knife. And not just any knife, but the same type of knife used by the killer. The knife the police are currently looking for as part of their investigation to protect myself with. If it really came down to it, I might be able to use a knife in self-defense, but the very thought makes me feel sick. I pick it up again and pop out the blade. I can see my reflection in the metal, although it's distorted. I push the knife back into place and set it down again. To distract myself, I get started on my homework after all. Knock on my door, just when I started being productive too. Adrian, are you home? Just a minute. I finish my current sentence and hurry to the door. Then I stop and glance back at the coffee table. I don't want to take the risk of him recognizing Edwin's knife. Grab the knife and take it to my room where it will be out of sight. Then at last I return to the door. Thing steps inside when I open the door. He looks cold, although it shouldn't be too bad in the hallway. I didn't interrupt you, did I? Just homework, which means you're welcome to interrupt anytime. He snorts and shakes his head. I won't stay long then. He glances around, suddenly anxious. I shift from foot to foot and then go still, trying not to look like I'm fidgeting. I hope he doesn't intend to ask me about the friend I spent the night with. Has there been an update on the case? We're getting there. I wouldn't call it a breakthrough, but we have a lead that could prove to be the missing piece we need. That's great. It shouldn't be too much longer now. I sure hope so. So yesterday you filed a report about a strange incident. I go completely still. If he's going to ask about last night, he'll do it now. Yes, that's right.
Is everything all right?
Has anything else happened since then? It's all I can do to not sigh in relief. Nothing yet, thank goodness. Good to know. Tim glances around the apartment again. Is he looking for something? He can't possibly know Edwin gave me the knife, can he? The blood runs cold. Stay calm. If you panic, he'll know something's up. I take a deep breath and keep my voice casual. So, is there anything else you needed to know? He gives me a curious glance, and my pulse spikes, but he just folds his arm and leans against the wall.
I'm not entirely sure.
Nothing in particular. How have you been holding up? Staying focused on your classes? More or less. It's hard to focus with everything that's been going on. I was surprised to realize my professors don't know about what happened, though. Word is spread about the incident itself, but not about the witness. None of your professors should know you were involved. The same goes for your classmates as well, obviously. Right. It's probably better that way. I'd like to at least pretend during class that things are normal. Of course, two exceptions are Natasha Diadro and Edwin Anderson. Yeah, I swallow hard. Is Edwin still a suspect? Yes.
Listen to me carefully.
No matter what your personal feelings are on the matter, don't do anything stupid. I won't. Good. Then you can start by handing the knife over. Huh?
What are you talking about?
Hold on, what are you talking about? What knife? Edwin's knife. Why would I have that? Sweat rolls down the back of my neck. Lying at a time like this, when the knife is just in the next room, feels dangerous. Thing folds his arms. This morning we searched the fraternity house linked to the murder. Edwin's knife was not in his room, despite him previously stating to the police that he kept it there. That leaves us with only three options. First, he lied to us about the knife's whereabouts. Second, he hid or discarded the knife. Plausible possibility if he had a safe enough place, although it could be risky to leave something like that unprotected. Third, he gave the knife to someone he trusted.
Listen to me carefully.
I should point out that no matter which of these three possibilities is true, they all point to one thing. He doesn't want the police to have his knife. That is a concerning point you should keep in mind. Now, are you sure you don't have it? I swallow hard, frozen. I know it looks bad, but Edwin said he wanted to give me the knife so I'd have a weapon to defend myself with. That was the truth, wasn't it? Yet, it would be the best way to get rid of evidence. We even snuck out this morning to make sure the police didn't see us. Are his concerns for me, or...
I can't believe this.
What am I thinking? Edwin is my friend. Sing sighs. That knife needs to be examined and processed as evidence. You might think you're doing the right thing by holding on to it in an attempt to protect your friend, but you could be charged with obstruction of justice. Think carefully about what the situation means. If there are no traces of blood on the knife, then I can put Edwin lower on the suspect list. In other words, if he's innocent, he should want us to examine the knife as soon as possible. You believe he's innocent, yes? Then give me the knife. You'll be helping him much more by doing that than holding on to it out of a misplaced sense of loyalty. His voice hardens. And if there's blood on the blade, well, it's better for you to know. I mean, I guess. Although it feels a bit like betrayal after Edwin trusted me with the knife, everything Singh says makes sense. I reluctantly nod. I'll get it. I return to my room and pick up the knife, giving a grateful look before I return to the main room. Here, I hand it over to Singh.
Thank you.
Thank you. One way or another, this should help us with the case. I wasn't looking forward to coming back with a warrant. Will I be in trouble for having it? Don't worry, I'll make sure the report doesn't sound like you were intentionally trying to hide evidence. The suspect gave his friend a knife and she forgot about it. Simple enough. I manage a weak smile. The fact that you were bold enough to lie about it, I don't know if I'm more amazed or concerned. I was panicking, to be honest. Well, I'll get this process as soon as possible. Thank you again for cooperating. He walks to the door and leaves. As I close the door behind him, I exhale slowly. Sorry, Edwin, there was no other way. I return to my homework, but it's difficult to concentrate. When another knock comes to the door, I nearly jump out of my skin. That can't be Sing again, can
Huh?
it? Who is it? Kim. That's right. I completely forgot Kim was supposed to stop by today for another session. Just a minute. I close my book and walk to the door. When I open it, Kim was waiting patiently in the hallway. He looks amused. Should I take it as a good sign or a bad sign that you forgot I was coming? I just got caught up in my homework, that's all.
I see.
Completely neutral sign then. Fair enough. He steps inside and follows me to the couch where we sit down together.
So, what's going on?
What? You're in a tense situation, so it's no surprise that you might be under some stress, but it seems to me that something is bothering you even more than the last time we spoke. I can see it in your eyes. He chuckles and I raise my eyebrows. What exactly is the joke here?
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I promise I'm taking this seriously. I just expected to ask you how you were doing, but instead you were forthcoming, even without saying a word. Uh-huh.
So, what is it that has you so worried?
Kim is here to help, so I might as well tell him the truth. Maybe it will do me some good to talk about it with someone other than the police.
One of the prime suspects in the case is a good friend of mine.
I see. That is certainly something that would cause increased stress.
He writes something down on his notepad, then looks up at me.
And do you think your friend is the killer?
No, I don't think it was him.
No!
Then, do you mistrust the police? Do you think they'll accuse your friend by mistake?
I don't know.
I rub my head.
This whole thing has caused him a lot of stress. They called him in for questioning, searched his room, warned me to be careful around him. It all seems so unfair.
They must have a reason to suspect him.
Sure, but it's circumstantial. There are a bunch of other people connected to the crime too. Sometimes I worry the only reason he's so high up on their list is because...
I fall silent, but Kim finishes for me.
Because he's friends with you, the witness to the crime.
With a sigh, I nod. After the incident, the police had so many questions for me just in case the culprit was connected, and now Edwin is at the top of their list. Even if your friendship was factored in, it sounds as though he'd still be a suspect without that. There's no reason for you to feel guilty about it. It's not your fault. I know. But it's more than just that. I trail off, unsure how to put this latest conflict into words. Kim says nothing, just waits patiently for me to find my bearings again. I don't know how to help him. I know logically that cooperating with the police is the quickest way to clear his name, but whenever I think about them questioning him, it feels like I'm betraying him if I help. Kim makes a note and rubs his chin. That is difficult, yes, but you need to keep in mind that not cooperating can look suspicious. You might make matters worse for him if you try to hide information, no matter how well-intentioned you are. Stuff like that just makes it seem like there's no correct answer. No way to get away without any guilt, is that it?
Not necessarily.
But once again, there's no reason for you to feel guilty over this. We discussed the situation and my feelings about it a little more, and then agreed to meet for another session in 2 days, earlier in the day since it's the weekend. After Kim leaves, I make sure the door is locked, finish up the last of my homework. Just as I'm closing up my books for the night, my phone rings. Edwin's name is displayed on the screen. My conversations with Sing and Kim flit through my mind, and I grab the phone.
Huh?
Edwin? How did things go after we split up? I sent you a message, but you didn't respond. Oops, I didn't even see it. I guess I've been a little distracted.
Are you okay?
Did something happen? I hesitate. I should tell him. Detective Singh came by. He guessed that you'd given me your knife and demanded that I turn it over to him.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry. Wait, did you? I gave him the knife. I didn't have a choice. Adrian, I gave you that knife so you could protect yourself. I didn't think you'd give it up at the first opportunity. It's not like I wanted to. I wish I had something else to give you. I'll just have to protect you myself.
Huh?
Wait, what?
How about it?
I don't have any plans for tonight, so why don't I come over? We can spend some time together just relaxing. That'll be a nice change after everything that's happened. Plus, you'll be safer with someone else there. Oh, I found something I wanted to show you too. It could be a bus, but it might be interesting. There's only one way to find out.
How about it?
What do you say? Edwin wants to come over right now? Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it gets much safer than sitting alone in my apartment with the door locked, but having some time to just relax and enjoy ourselves sounds like exactly what I need. Then I'll be right over. While I wait for Edwin, I put my books away and tidy up. What am I doing? Edwin won't mind if the apartment's a mess. Still, it feels like I need to do something. If I don't, my mind will keep spiraling down into a mire of confusion that's set in ever since Edwin became a suspect. It's a relief when Edwin finally arrives and I can let him in. Sorry to keep you waiting. When I saw the car out front, I wasn't sure if I should still come in. You mean the police car? Yeah, they've had someone stationed out there ever since the incident. I thought you knew. Well, I'm sure they're making a note of my arrival right now. He sits down on the couch and lets out a long sigh. Want to bet on chances that of that detective calling up to find out if you're being murdered? It's not funny. I wasn't joking. Come on, weren't you coming over to get my mind off things? The last thing I want to do is talk about the case.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, you're right. It's been on my mind a lot, that's all. No matter where I go, it feels like people are watching me, waiting for me to make a mistake so that they can point their finger and say, look, he must be guilty. I'm sure no one is doing that, sure. But you're right, I came by because you need a distraction, and that's what I'm going to provide. This distraction had better not involve homework. Don't worry, no homework involved. He reaches into his coat pocket and pulls out an unmarked disc with no labels of any kind to indicate what it might be. This must be the interesting thing he wanted to show me. Let me guess, bootleg movie? That's what we're gonna find out. Hold on, you brought a random disc over here? I found it in the computer lab today while I was working on a project. Whoever had the computer before me left it sitting just behind the machine. I was going to check it out to see who it belonged to, but then I thought maybe you'd be interested. The chances of that disc containing anything but someone's forgotten homework are pretty slim. Who puts their homework on a disc these days? That's a good point.
Yeah.
Fine, let's check it out. It's a good thing my virus protection is up to date. I turn on my laptop so we can check out the mysterious disc. Despite my doubts, there is something exciting about putting the disc into the drive and waiting to see what it contains. It pops up on the screen and then I click into it to find.
What?
Cat photos? Cat photos. On a disc. Yep, on a disc. That someone left behind in the computer lab. Maybe it's part of a school project after all. About cats. Hey, you never know. A few experimental clicks confirm two things. The files really are just pictures and videos of cats knocking things over and otherwise being cute menaces, and there's no indication anywhere of who the disc belongs to. Well, I guess I'll start asking around and see who lost their disc full of cat photos. You do that. I gave him the disc back and shut my laptop. I sure hope that wasn't the only distraction you had in mind. Never fear, I came prepared. He grabs the TV remote and starts flipping through the channels. I know I saw, let me see, what channel? His quiet muttering leaves little room to guess what exactly he's trying to find until he finally stops on a documentary about wolves. On screen, a camera zooms in on a wolf darting through the trees while hunting prey. Edwin? I hate to be a downer, but I don't think this is the sort of distraction I need right now. Oh. He turns off the TV almost immediately and rubs the back of his neck.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I should have realized. No, it's fine. Under normal circumstances, I'm sure it would be a lot of fun. I'll catch it in the rerun sometime when I'm not feeling hunted
I'll
myself.
protect you no matter what.
You don't have to feel that way. Remember, I'm here to protect you. The uncertainty from a moment ago is gone from his voice. He watches me with a dead serious expression. I don't care who you're up against. I won't let anyone hurt you. Maybe you think I'm just joking around or posturing when I say these things, but they're true. Edwin. Sure, the thought of fighting back against a killer scares me, but you know what scares me even worse? The thought of losing you.
No.
I won't let it happen. You don't have to worry so much. Yes, I do. He looks into my eyes, his gaze imploring.
Remember what I said last night? About what a good friend you are. About how you're irreplaceable?
My mouth goes dry.
Yes.
There's one more thing I didn't say. I care about you a lot, Adrian. Not just as a friend, as something more. I felt this way for a long time. Maybe going all the way back to that first day when we were running through the rain with that umbrella. I've tried to tell myself I should stay content to be friends, but with everything that's happened, I had to tell you how I really feel.
I stare up at him, speechless. Yesterday I'd wondered about his feelings, but hearing them admitted outright still takes me by surprise. Before I can say anything, Edwin jumps to his feet.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said all that. He runs to the door, nearly tripping over his own feet. If you need me, just call and I'll be right here as a friend or as whatever. You'd be surprised how fast I can get here if it's an emergency. As the door swings shut, I stare after him. He didn't even give me a chance to respond. Then again, that might be for the best. I feel overwhelmed. Edwin has feelings for me. He sees me as more than a friend. The thing I've suspected for so long is now out in the open. With a sigh, I get up and lock the door. His confession lingers in my mind through the night as I try to sleep. So you don't even go like, hey, wait, don't leave. Okay. All right. That was so awkward. Jeez. The phone wakes me up in the morning.
Oh.
Ugh, I'm coming, just hang on. Fumbling under my breath, I roll out of bed and grab my ringing phone. The blinking screen displays the name Drew, and I rub my eyes for a moment for answering roommate.
Hello?
Hey, I hope I didn't wake you. You did, actually. Sorry about that. Time has a strangely weird and crazy schedule, you know. I think I've already seen this, haven't I? Haven't caught the killer. Yeah, I've already read that. I'm not reading that again. I hang up and look at the time. Too early to be up, but too late to go back to sleep. If I fall asleep now, since I'm up, I might as well stay up. When a knock comes out the door.
Hello.
Who is it? Detective saying. Again? Oh. I take a breath to brace myself for whatever this visit is about and then open the door. Singh steps inside. His expression is grim and my stomach lurches. What's wrong? The knife. He hesitates and changes what he was about to say. We still need to run a thorough analysis on it. All the same, you should be careful around Edwin until we know for sure. I look away. He suspects Edwin, doesn't he? What was he about to say? That the knife had traces of blood on it? That can't be. I'm telling you this for your own good, Adrian. I know he's your friend, but you shouldn't put yourself in the danger just because you believe the best of him.
Listen to me.
Avoid being
carefully.
alone with him. Is that all you came here to tell me? You don't have a high opinion of me, do you?
No.
It's nothing personal. The police are causing trouble for a friend of mine, so forgive me if I'm not in the best of moods about it. Be careful about how you pick your friends. Let me be the judge of that. I will, until it becomes the law's turn to judge. Watch out for that man. He might look like a friend to you, but there's no telling what's going on in that head of his.
Have a good day.
I'll be in touch if anything else comes up. He leaves and I rub the back of my head. I can't wait to go back to a time when pop quizzes are my biggest worry. That was weird, right? That was really weird. I've already seen this. Okay. I'm more than happy to get out of here. It's hard to concentrate with everything that's been going on, not to mention Edwin's confession last night. My closest friend sees me as more than just a friend. It would be a lot easier to sort out my feelings if we weren't tangled up in a murder case. It has to end soon. It just has to. When I get home, I reluctantly start working on homework despite my ongoing distraction. Comparing and contrasting marketing techniques never felt so painful. The ringing of my phone is a welcome break. Oh, it's Edwin. I answer the phone. Our conversation last night flashes through my mind, but I managed to keep my voice casual.
Hey!
Hey.
Hey, how are things going today? My stomach twists. I can't tell him about Singh's warning. Oh, about the same as they ever are these days. Don't worry, I'm here for you. So, about yesterday, the reminder makes my face heat up. With everything that's happened, I haven't really had time to think yet. Things are still okay between us though, right? I didn't make things too awkward or anything? Don't worry, you're fine. It would take more than that to scare me off. That's relief. In case, why don't we meet up and make your evening a bit more exciting? I've had my fill of excitement lately. You want to rephrase that? A bit more fun, then. Now I'm listening. Picture it. It's cold outside at night and we're walking around campus. This better not be that date in the catacombs you suggested because I'm not in the mood to sneak around among the dead. We do not go near the catacombs, but instead continue down the sidewalk. When you hear people up ahead, lots of people. They're crowded around booths with hot chocolate, macaroni, and cheese. My stomach growls in response. This idea is sounding better already. Are you getting the picture? You want to go to the winter festival? You got it. It's just the thing to brighten our spirits. I was looking forward to the winter festival before all this started. Maybe I can still enjoy it. As long as we stay with the crowds, we shouldn't be in any danger.
Yeah.
Alright, sounds good. I can be there to pick you up in just a few minutes if you're ready to go. Things warning flashes through my mind once again. Alright. What am I getting so worked up over? There's no reason I should be worried about meeting with a friend. Great, see you soon. I end the call and get myself together for the festival. When Edwin arrives, I'm ready to go. This is going to be a great night. Once I've settled into the passenger seat, he pulls out onto the street and starts driving towards campus. You seem excited. I didn't know you were into this festival.
No.
Usually I'm not, but he glances at me. Getting to spend more time with you is what makes it special, so let me treat you to a good time tonight, and you won't have to worry about a thing. If you can manage that, you're a miracle worker. One miracle coming right up. Just wait until you see that winter wonderland. I'm not sure who the killer is this time. It's hard to know. Christmas decor lines the campus sidewalks with the booths set up by different people and organizations. Some sell crafts, some sell food, and some just hand out flyers for whatever organization they belong to.
Not quite what you hoped for?
Actually, it's better than I expected.
You should give the college more credit. When our classmates and professors put their mind to it, they can do great things.
All right, then show me the wonders of this wonderland. Dazzle me and impress me. Wow me with this amazing festival to take away all my worries.
I promised I would, and I'd never break a promise to you.
Whoops.
I promised I would.
Need to do
I'd
that.
never break a promise to you.
He offers me a mock
Do
bow.
you then?
Edwin leads me along a row of booths set up by local artists selling gifts and knickknacks. I can't imagine setting up shop out here in this weather. Not strong enough for it? Nope. I like the honesty. What about you? I think I could tolerate the cold if I had to, but it would have to be for something I was really passionate about, and I don't have anything like that. What would I even sell? Keychains?
Huh?
Sorry? Everyone has keys, right? You could get a contract with a local fabric supplier for the scraps and make plush keychains on campus. You might even be able to get a license with the college to use their logo and trademark. It would be a big seller at events like this. More generic designs might also get some attention, plus anything unique you had in mind. Wow, you thought of this whole thing through. It's guaranteed to turn a profit if you put in the effort. Focus on the profits, huh? What do you expect from a marketing major? Seems to me there's one other marketing major here. Are you saying you wouldn't sit down and plan things out to put our lessons into practice and make a marketable product? Like I said, I need to have passion for whatever I was selling. Having a marketable product isn't enough for me. Okay, so you find something you're passionate about and then work out a plan. What if the keychains were modeled after something you like? Like those little birds you think you're so cute. You mean the Shima Inaga? I saw a picture once of the tiny fluffy white birds online and shared it with Edwin, and for some reason it stuck in his memory. Yeah, you could start a whole line of Shima Inaga keychains.
No.
Forget the keychains, it's not happening. As we reach the end of the booths and turn down the next street where similar booths are lined up, I notice a familiar figure looking at some scarves. At the same time, she turns away from the scarves and pauses as she sees us. The three of us stand frozen for a few awkward seconds. Of all the people to see us at a festival, it had to be one of the other suspects in the case. The realization sends a shiver up my spine, and at the same time, I can't help but feel paranoid. I have no reason to suspect Natasha of anything else, and it's not like she planned this meeting. We ran into each other by chance. Finally, I clear my throat.
Hey.
Enjoying the festival? Trying to, anyway. This must be a strain on you too, huh? Natasha nods. Edwin sighs and put his hands in his pockets. It creeps me out how the police treat me like I might be a killer. Same. I just hope this is all over soon. I feel like I can't concentrate on anything these days, so hopefully the festival will let us take our minds off the case. There, you look like you understand the spirit of Christmas. A voice cuts through our conversation. I turn to see a tall man dressed in a suit and a top hat. He vaguely looks like one of our professors, but I hardly recognize him in his current getup. Who are you supposed to be? Ebenezer Scrooge is my name. I didn't know they were going to have actors at the Winter Festival. The man dressed as Scrooge points past us toward the crowd of people filling the streets. The spirit of Christmas present sent me here to walk among my fellow men and learn the true spirit of Christmas. He tasked me with learning the meaning of repentance, or all else I've learned will be for naught. Repentance is when you acknowledge what you've done wrong and then make an effort to do better. It's when you show your regret through your actions, not just words. Is there even any point to repentance for a man such as me? So few people will ever even know or believe that I've changed.
What are you talking
What?
about?
That's not the point, though. I can't believe I'm standing in the middle of a campus festival arguing with a professor role-playing as Ebenezer Scrooge. But it's a welcome change from other recent events. You shouldn't repent just because other people will praise you for it. You repent because you want to do the right thing. You speak boldly for someone who isn't in my position. People around us stop to look at us. Scrooge shouts in return. Do you always confess to your misdeeds then? No. If you could get away with it, you would hide your misdeeds as much as anyone else. Repenting is the right thing to do even if no one knows. What? Even if no one ever found out the truth, knowing I'd done something wrong would eat away at me inside, especially if it hurt other people. I'd want to confess and then do whatever I could to make up for it. I see, so that's what you consider to be the nature of repentance. Perhaps now I have an answer the spirit of Christmas present will accept. Scrooge turns and walks away, and the nearest students break out into applause. It looks like he's heading for another group down the sidewalk, although I don't know if it'll be the same routine or if he has a different question in mind. Well, I certainly wasn't expecting that. Neither was I. Quite a performance for the Campus Winter Festival. They did a pretty good job this year. I know, I'm impressed. They have hot chocolate too. That sounds pretty tempting right about now. What a better choice could there be for a cold night like this? It's good to see them getting along. With that in mind, I look at Natasha. Do you want to walk around the festival with us? We could get some hot chocolate together. She seems startled by the offer.
No.
What? Oh, no thanks. Actually, I'm supposed to meet my brother here. He should be along any minute now. Thanks anyway, though.
Talk to you later.
We'll see you around then.
See you around.
See you. Edwin and I wave to her and continue on.
Hey.
Hey, there's the skating rink. Skating rink on campus? He grabs my hand and tugs me toward a group of people clustered around a small clearing with spotlights shining onto it. We get closer to see people leaning up against a makeshift fence, all looking in at Edwin. That looks like they found the iciest part of campus and stuck some fences around it. I know it's not the most impressive rink in the world, but it's not that bad. It's safer than skating down the road, too, which I've never been tempted to
How
do.
about it?
Come on, let's try it. Do you know how to skate? Yeah, I've skated before in New York. You? I've skated before with roller skates in middle school. Sort of. Don't worry, if you have trouble, I can help you. We both get in line. I blow my hands and rub them together to fend off the cold. Beside me, Edwin leans against the fence and looks out at the attractions, but it feels like he's watching me from the corner of his eye. I can feel you looking at me.
What?
What? Do I have something on my face, or are you afraid I'll disappear? You can't guess why? Oh, because at least the cold air should help to disguise my blush. Right. We both look awkwardly away from each other. The line moves up a fair amount as a group of friends leave the skating rink together. Finally, it's our turn. The students managing the rink have rental skates available, so I take the set that looks to be about my size and put them on. Then I straighten up and step forward. Whoa! I grip the flimsy fence railing for support and head back over to Edwin, very, very carefully. Don't walk, skate. Brilliant advice there. No, I'm serious. You're wearing skates. They're not meant for walking. You're making it harder for yourself. Bend your knees and slide your feet like this. He skates past me and does a fancy twirl like it's the most natural thing in the world. Meanwhile, I still feel like every slight movement might pitch me flat on my back. See? Show off.
I'll protect you. No
Come
matter
on,
what.
you can hold on to me. All according to plan, huh? You give me too much credit. I take his hand with some hesitation. Now we can,
Um,
Adrian, let go of the railing. Alright. I reluctantly let go of the makeshift fence. As soon as I do, my skates slide forward and I nearly fall, or at least it feels that way. I clutch Edwin's arm for support. Slowly, very slowly, we edge away from the fence. See, you're getting the hang of it.
Seriously?
You must be joking. Keep one foot in front of the other. When you slide, shift your weight and keep your ankles straight. Despite my efforts to do what Edwin described, it doesn't go as nearly as well as it does for him. While he's gliding along like he was born on the ice, every step I attempt feels like I'm a second away from disaster. You know, the more you panic and flail, the worse you make it for yourself. Stay calm. Easier said than done. Whoa. One of my feet slips out from underneath me and I lose my balance, but Edwin catches me with his other arm. You're all right. He steadies me. Team skating isn't one of my talents. You just need practice. Let's just take this one step at a time. Slowly, little by little, Edwin guides me through the learning how to skate until I can manage a few baby steps around the rink. The festival is more crowded than when we first arrived. Lively conversations and laughter fill the air, along with Christmas music being played by some of the booth. Edwin leads me to the stand handing out hot chocolate for free. There's a line, but it's moving quickly enough that we don't have to wait too long before we get ours. Nothing better than a cup of hot chocolate in weather like this, right? He takes a sip of his and chokes. Wonder if it's too late to warn your friend not to get any. I look down into my cup. Calling it hot chocolate is a stretch if we judge it by looks alone. Chocolate-flavored water might be a more apt descriptor. Think anyone is selling real hot chocolate around here? Could be a brilliant sales move. We head off through the throng in search of a booth selling hot chocolate. Ah, what about that one? I stretch onto my tiptoes and peer at the cup held by a woman walking away from the booth in question. Despite the skeptical look she gives me.
No.
Nah, that's soup. Maybe that one over there. Never mind, they're selling fudge. I'd settle for fudge.
great.
Fudge it is then. We get in line and I rub my hands together against the cold. The woman in front of us turns around with a grin.
Hey there!
Small world, huh?
Hey!
Oh, hey. Here to get your minds off the case?
Yeah!
Pretty much. I know the feeling. Honestly, I wish Nick would do the same. He's been going in circles about the investigation. He should really take a rest so he can come at it again with a fresh mind. That's how he always is, though. I guess it's hard to blame him. We're dealing with a murderer who has been able to evade police for the better part of a week already. Of course, that's not necessarily a danger depending on the killer's pathology, but then again, if we knew the killer's pathology, we might have caught them by now. Did you already forget the part about us trying to get our minds off the case?
Ah, sorry.
Sorry, I haven't had much of a chance to chat with Adrian about the case, so I thought you might be interested in hearing my theories. He looks at me. I don't know. I feel like it's just not the time. Decline.
No.
No thanks. I'd rather spend the rest of the night pretending the case doesn't exist. Suit yourselves. He turns around and Edwin exhales.
Thanks.
Thanks for that. Don't mention it. I don't think she meant any harm, but I don't think the conversation would have done us any good. Yeah. We wait quietly in line until it's finally Fawn's turn. She buys her fudge and then waves to us as she steps away from the vendor.
See ya.
Well, see you around. Edwin and I are next, and we each buy a small plate of fudge. One bite of the thick, rich chocolate is enough to make up for that sad attempt at hot chocolate we got earlier. It might not keep me warm, but it is sure delicious. I smile at Edwin.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking me to the festival tonight.
I'll
Anytime.
protect you, no matter
For you, I'd do just about anything. Day 6, Saturday. I wake up late in the morning, stare up at the ceiling instead of getting out of bed. It's hard to believe it's been less than a week since my life was upended. Now the weekend is here at last, a welcome break after the exhaustion of the last few days. Meanwhile, I might feel like my life was being tossed into chaos even without the murder case, thanks to my feelings toward Edwin. Edwin and I have been close friends ever since we met, and now I'm not sure what I feel is friendship. I know for a fact he sees me as more than a friend. He confessed it to me himself. The question is, what do I want to do about it? Last night's visit to the Winter Festival felt an awful lot like a date. It's like we're poised on the brink of friendship and romance. I shake myself out of my thoughts and prepare for the day. Kim is supposed to stop by in a few hours, and there's also another study session this afternoon. As nice as it is to relax, I don't want to have to rush later. After a quick breakfast, I settle down and get an early start on my homework. Once it's out of the way, the rest of my weekend will be free. Finally, it's time for Kim to arrive, and I let him in.
Hey!
Thanks for coming by earlier than usual. I hope it wasn't too much trouble.
It's quite all right.
Not at all. We both take a seat on the couch, Kim leaning back and opening his notebook to a new page.
So, what's going on?
You seem more relaxed than the last time we met. Does that mean you're feeling better about the situation? I have someone I can rely on. Is this the friend you talked about last time? Well, yes. Does that mean you aren't upset over his involvement in the case anymore? Well, I think through everything that happened with Edwin and take a deep breath. I wouldn't say that exactly. It's still on my mind that he's a suspect. I doubt I'll be able to stop thinking about that until the case is wrapped up, but I guess I've realized that as long as we have each other, we can face whatever happens, no matter how hard it gets. Even if getting through this case is painful, I'm sure we can do it. Just the way you said that, it makes me curious. Is he just a friend, or do your feelings go beyond that? That's something I've been thinking about too. Kim makes a note, and I fight the urge to look at what he's written down. Kim and I talk for a while longer, but it feels like a simpler session than last time. I know I still need to watch out for the killer, but my immediate concern right now is how I feel about Edwin. And that's not a conversation I want to have with Kim in detail. Maybe he can tell because he doesn't press the point. He leaves sooner than usual, allowing me plenty of time before the study session later today. I'll just check with my phone. I reach my phone in its usual spot, but it isn't there. Oh crap, where did I put my phone? I searched the entire apartment, but I can't find it. I remember talking to Edwin on my phone before going to the festival, so I must have lost it sometime after that. Since Drew and I both have cell phones, our apartment doesn't have a landline hooked up. It didn't seem worth the extra cost for the use we to get out of it. Now that makes me feel vulnerable. Maybe it's best if I head to campus early. Oh, shoot. When I get to the library lounge, Edwin and Riley are already there. You should have called me. I'd given you a ride. I lost my phone. You what? I know I had it before the festival last night, but I can't remember seeing it afterwards. I searched my whole apartment, but I couldn't find it anywhere. How could you lose your phone? Especially at a time like this. This is the last time you want to be without your phone. Pretty sure she didn't lose it on purpose. I know that, but it's possible I left it in your car, so could you look for me when you get a chance? Sure, no
I'll
problem.
protect you no matter.
And if it's not there, I'll stick with you until you get it back.
Thank you.
Thanks. The door opens again and Clara joins us. She looks around the lounge. My earlier, just us. Right, then let's leave aside the question of how Adrian has been spending her time, thank you, and get started. Like before, we split up the chapters between us so that we can compile our notes and go over everything together. I turn my attention to the section assigned to me and I start to read through it, taking notes when I can. As I read, I become aware of Edwin glancing in my direction. I look up at him, but he turns his attention back to his notes. Someone's not focused on studying. After a few more minutes of reading, a piece of paper appears in the corner of my vision. It moves closer, pushed by Edwin across the table. There's a note written on it. Want to hang out tonight? I glance at Edwin, who pretends he's reading his textbook. Unbelievable. What is this, high school? I write a reply. I write, I'd love to on the page underneath his message, and then pass it back to him. He reads it and then looks over at me with a smile. He starts to write again. I can't help but roll my eyes, yet at the same time I find myself returning his smile, passing notes back and forth like this is silly, yet oddly sweet. A moment later, the page slides in front of me again with a new message on it. For a place we could watch a movie. I write back, sounds good, what time? I pass the page to Edwin and try to refocus on my studying. Now my thoughts are abuzz with plans for tonight. Watching a movie with a friend is nothing unusual, nothing to get worked up over, yet my heart is racing. Another message arrives in front of me. I should be free all day, so what time works well for you? Maybe 7, unless you want to have dinner together first. I'd be happy to treat you. Ahem. The sound of Riley clearing his throat makes me snap my head out. He and Clara are watching the two of us, amusement evident on their faces. Thing we should know about? Did we leave you two alone?
Seriously?
Cut it out, you guys. It's not like that. I don't know. I've seen Edwin look at you that way before, but I've never seen you do the same until now. She has?
Wait, what?
Looks like they want to keep it a secret. Maybe we shouldn't bother them. But it's so obvious. My cheeks flare with heat and Edwin ducks his head. The tips of his ears is red as he pretends to be engrossed in his textbook. We somehow survive the rest of the study session and get out of there with only a bit more teasing from our friends. Alright, Edwin should be here any minute now. I take a deep breath and look around. I did my best to clean up after I got home, so the place looks decent. I try to keep things tidy anyway, and Drew isn't here to make a mess. Edwin's used to his nice fraternity, though. The building was pretty fancy. This apartment might not compare in his eyes. What's gotten into me? Edwin and I have hung out plenty of times before. It's not like this is a date, or is it? A quiet knock interrupts before I can continue overthinking things. Date or not, he's here. Just to be safe, I look through the peephole to make sure it's actually Edwin before I unlock the door.
Hey.
Good evening. He offers me a fake bow and steps inside. What, no flowers? Nope, but I brought you something even better. He reaches into his pocket and then pulls his hand back with a flourish to reveal my phone. I found it on the seat. It must have fallen out of your pocket. Thank you so much for finding it. I didn't know what I was going to do. Anytime. I take the phone back and check through my history to make sure I didn't miss anything urgent. One less thing to worry about now. What would you like to eat with tonight's special feature? What are you supposed to eat during a movie? Popcorn, of course. I thought you were more of an ice cream guy. It's 20 degrees outside, but not inside. He takes off his scarf and jacket and sets them down, shaking his head. Did you have any trouble parking?
No.
Nope, parking was pretty good. Much better than at the frat house, in fact. Is there still a police car out front? If there was, I didn't see it. Did they already stop monitoring my apartment? They haven't caught the killer yet, but maybe they decided the risk to me is low enough now, or maybe they're so close to cracking the case they pulled out. Or maybe it was always just for show. I saw a car parked out there this morning, but I didn't check if anyone was in it. Edwin leans against the countertop. They were supposed to monitor your apartment until they caught the killer, right? Just in case you might be targeted? Yeah. Maybe that means they think the danger is past. Or maybe they were in between shifts or driving around the building and I arrived at just the right time to miss them. Don't let it get to you. You're probably right. Thanks. I'll get the popcorn. In that case, I'll find us a good movie to watch. He sits down on the couch and grabs the remote, and I head into the kitchen. Kettle corn or movie butter popcorn. I know he likes butter on his popcorn, so I'll play it safe and go with that. I throw the bag of popcorn into the microwave and get out some drinks while it pops, but my mind wanders. The case feels like it's hitting a dead end after dead end, but maybe that's just my perception. Thing could call any minute now to let me know I don't have to worry anymore. Please, I just want this nightmare to be over. The microwave beeps, so I take the popcorn out. Drinks in hand, I finally join Edwin on the couch. I glance at the TV to see him scrolling through horror movies. Is he expecting me to curl up and hide in his arms? My cheeks heat at the thought and I clear my throat. Dinner is served. Movie butter?
Yeah.
Movie butter. You know me so well. I try. He takes a handful of popcorn and turns back to the TV. You picked a horror movie, huh? It's a ghost story. Since when have you been so fixated on ghosts? It's better than thinking about flesh and blood killers, right?
Yeah.
You have a point there. Right now I'd like some escapism where the threat is something I'll never have to worry about in real life. I see you've decided where you fall in the do you believe in ghosts question. Let's relax and enjoy the movie then. Yes, let's. He starts the movie with a slight smile. I scoot closer to him, not too close, just close enough. Wait, is this too close after all, or am I overthinking things again? Before I can think about it any further, something brushes my arm and I freeze. That was Edwin's hand. He slowly puts his arm around my shoulders. I guess I'm not too close? I risk a look at him just as he leans toward me. His lips brush mine. It'd be funny if I pulled back, but let's kiss him. kiss it. Look at them. They're so cute. Although my heart feels like it's about to pound its way out of my chest, I kiss Edwin back. His lips are warm and I feel dizzy. He angles his body toward mine and slips his other arm around me to pull me closer. I fall against him and catch myself on his shoulders. Adrian. He breaks the kiss only to murmur my name before kissing me again. He runs one hand through my hair. The movie is forgotten. Suddenly, my phone starts ringing. Still flustered, I grab it and look at the caller. It's Singh.
Huh?
What could he want at a time like this? Who? Detective Singh.
Huh?
Of all the people to interrupt tonight. He sighs and shakes his head. Although I suppose it could be good news. Either way, you'd better answer it. He pauses the movie. Right. I answer the phone.
Hello?
Hello?
Is everything all right?
Adrian? His voice is grim. He doesn't give me a moment to respond before he continues speaking.
Listen to me carefully.
Stay calm and listen to me. The knife came back with traces of the victim's blood on it. My stomach flips.
No.
No, that's not possible. Everything blurs. The world feels like it's falling down around me. If what he's saying is true, there's a good chance Edwin is the murderer. That would mean the person who tried to kill me that night is sitting in the same room with me right now.
Okay.
Adrian, is everything all right? He gives me a worried look. I meet his gaze and manage a weak smile. Don't panic. Just don't panic.
Is everything all right?
Adrian, is something wrong? Did you hear what I said? It's just a shock, that's all. I glance at Edwin and my breathing constricts. I look away. This is all happening so fast, I hardly know what to think. Are you alone right now? Oh crap. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. No, Edwin is with me.
I'll talk to you soon.
Alright, don't panic. Whatever you do, don't make him suspect that you know. Play it cool and try to get out of there to a safe place. I'm on my way. Alright. I end the call and stare at my phone for a moment. Singh said to play it cool, but right now that feels impossible. Adrian? Adrian! I jump and look at
Are
him.
you okay?
Are you alright? What was that phone call about? I swallow hard. Singh just more or less told me Edwin is the murderer. Yet Edwin has been my closest friend for a long time, maybe even more than a friend. Trust in Edwin and tell him the truth. I can trust Edwin. As soon as I think it, I exhale slowly. My doubts from a minute ago fade away. I don't believe Edwin is a murderer. Detective Singh called about the case. Bad news? His wide-eyed look further convinces me of his innocence. He claimed they found evidence implicating you as the murderer.
Wait, what?
He lifts his hands into the air. It's not true, Adrian. I swear it's not true. I don't know what they found, but I'd never kill anyone. I'd certainly never do anything to hurt you. I believe you. You do? He looks so vulnerable right now that I can't help but hug him. He makes a startled sound but doesn't pull away. If I didn't believe you, I wouldn't have told you about the call. I trust you more than anyone in the world. Thank you. His voice cracks. You don't know how much that means to me. But why would Singh sound so certain if he wasn't sure? Uneasiness fills me and makes my stomach churn. We sit in silence for a few minutes and then Edwin gets out his phone. He taps at the screen, suddenly intent. What are you doing? Just taking care of something. Well, that tells me nothing. It takes him a few minutes to finish his mysterious business, but then he finally puts his phone away. We look at each other. I don't think I can concentrate on the movie right now. Me neither. We sit in silence for a few awkward moments. I don't know what to say, and I don't think he does either. A knock at the door nearly makes me jump out of my skin. I must be Singh. Edwin gives me a worried look, and I reach out and squeeze his hand. Don't worry, whatever this is about, we'll straighten it out. I take a deep breath and hurry to the door. I peer through the people to make sure it's Singh. The detective is standing alone in the hallway. His expression is almost blank. I open the door, and he immediately steps inside and shuts the door behind him. Detective Singh? Alarm bells go off in my mind. Something's wrong. He's not acting like he should in this situation. Then he draws his gun and points it at me. What? Detective Singh, what are you doing? Closing the case. Edwin jumps from the couch, but Singh already has the gun trained on him.
Don't move.
Don't try anything. So it was you all along, huh? All the time you're questioning me, asking people about me, making me out to be a killer, you're just trying to cover up your own crime. You were the perfect suspect, the murder weapon, your shaky alibi, your personal connection with someone at the scene of the crime. It should have worked. You mean you intended to frame me from the start?
Yes.
Why? What did I ever do to you? For that matter, what did any of them do to you? The victims, Adrian, why target them at all? They were convenient. That's all you have to say? I have more important things to do than waste time explaining things to you. He reaches into his jacket pocket with his free hand. I tense, not sure what to expect him to grab. Whatever it is, it's inside a plastic bag. What is that? You don't recognize it? You'll become familiar soon enough. He gave it to me the other day, after all. Oh no. He opens the bag and withdraws Edwin's knife.
Here.
Here. Detective Singh holds the knife out to Edwin, who looks at it hesitantly. I have a terrible feeling I know what he is planning. Singh points his gun at Edwin's chest and holds the knife out toward him more insistently.
Take it.
Edwin gingerly accepts the knife. Singh steps back, putting a few feet between him and
Now,
us.
Stab Adrian.
What the hell?
What?
My stomach lurches. I knew it. I knew that's why he brought the knife
Why would
here.
I do something like that?
Singh levels his gun at Edwin's head.
Because if you don't, I'll kill you.
All I have to do is finish the job myself and then claim I was forced to kill you, but didn't make it in time to save her. I've got to do something. My heart is pounding so hard in my ears I can barely hear it. Every breath is a struggle. I feel like I'm back at the pool on that terrible night, except now I don't see any way to escape without endangering Edwin. Singh is focused on him right now. If I'm cautious, I just might be able to do something. I edge forward. His attention is still on Edwin, the offered knife between them. I take another step, then another. What the hell? Singh looks towards me and I freeze. But at that moment, Edwin charges forward and tackles Singh to the ground. A gunshot rings out. Edwin! Blood spreads from Edwin's shoulder to soak the sleeve of his shirt, but he continues to grapple with Singh as the detective raises the hand holding the knife. I dive for his hand and slam it into the ground, forcing him to lose his grip. You. He rips himself free from Edwin and lifts his gun. Before he can fire, however, a loud shout comes from outside the door. This is the police. Open the door. Nick, give yourself up. Don't make this any harder than it needs to be. Vaughn?
What?
But, oh. On the floor, one hand clasped over his bleeding shoulder, Edwin laughs weakly. Got worried when Adrian said, oh, whoops. Got worried when Adrian said you called, found Fawn's email and asked her about the case. Guess she realized something was wrong. Just had to stall for time. He collapses. Edwin? Edwin! Holy crap! Well, how are you feeling?
Huh.
I've been better. You? Worried sick about you, but otherwise doing much better than I have been lately. I'd imagine so. I'm just glad it's over. After he collapsed, I got the door open for the police. Singh didn't put up much of a fight after that. Since he couldn't frame Edwin for the crime, maybe he thought it wasn't worth it. Vaughn took Singh into custody and called an ambulance for Edwin. Fortunately, he's expected to make a full recovery. Here, I brought your homework. I've heard of bringing people flowers in the hospital, but homework? I bat back a smile and set the notebook down on a small table by his bed. Then I pulled out a card. I also brought a card signed by everyone in our marketing class. Edwin reaches out, but instead of taking the card, he catches my hand instead. A visit from you is all I need. Since when did you get to be so sentimental?
I love you, Adrian.
Since I fell in love with you. I blush, but he continues. When I was lying there bleeding, I realized one thing I'd regret if I died was never getting to be with you. Well, I didn't die.
Too.
So let's work on that second part. Is that what you're thinking? I laugh and squeeze his hand. I sit down alongside his bed, keeping my hand clasped around his. All right, what did you have in mind? When Singh shot him, I was terrified that I would lose my best friend, who has become more than a friend. The fear of losing him is still strong. But the case is over, and we have nothing to fear now. As soon as Edwin recovers, we can start exploring our new relationship together. This is why it's important to be honest. Boom. Yep. Well, this is why it's important to be honest. You know, I just kept telling everyone the truth. and it just worked out. That was crazy though. He was acting a little weird, but I just wasn't sure. But honesty is the best policy. That was fun. I felt a lot better about that ending than the no-win situation I got into the first time. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. So now there's only 2 routes left. There's Natasha and then Fawn. I don't know who we'll be picking next, but that is going to be it for this one. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.